Yeah, as usual, I don't really know if I'm live or not. This is my common problem. Anyway, I hope I am live, and this is why I'm welcoming you to this live stream. 1 hour of blitz kibitzing. We see, I'm probably going to play a couple of games. I really like to play some games myself. I have to say that today something absolutely stupid happened. I was recording some games for my own channel, and I recorded for more than 1 hour, and then I actually found out that I didn't switch on the sound. So I recorded 6 hours of six games of blitz without any commentary. Yeah, I had no sound. It was really great. I had to delete this. So I'm going to go play a couple of blitz games, and let's see if I get a 5-minute opponent here. Here we go. I got white against Zwackelmann from Switzerland. Yeah, and I played e4 for a change. The Rui. And let's see. He's going for the main line. The Marshall, maybe, or some classical stuff. Let's see. Yeah, the classical main line, not the Marshall. Yeah, the Breyer. They all copy what Magnus Carlsen plays. Yeah, which is in general not a bad idea. He knows what he's doing. I usually play in the 5-minute pool here in those games, but you can challenge me, sure. G6. I don't really know exactly how this is going to be played. I think this is in effect the line. This bishop G5, D2 business. Okay, so we're going to have a closed center here. I want to control C5 if possible, but he took. So if I'm going to play B4 now, he has knight B6 to C4. That's not a good idea. I don't know. Tricky. Not so easy to play. I'm used to this position from the from the black side, this kind of thing. Yeah, does it make sense to accept gambits in Blitz Rapid? Yeah, if it depends, of course. Some gambits you really should accept. If it is not a good line, a good opening, you have to try to refute it even in Blitz and grab the material. There is no clear-cut way to do it. My idea here is to play B4 and C4. I think you can change the quality in Twitch if you feel that it is better to reduce it a little bit. My idea though is B4 and C4, possibly Rook C1, and then get the queenside play going. This is quite okay for white, I would say. I like to play white in this position. That I did not expect. Okay, let's do that. B4 is just good, I think. Knight A4, I play C4. Knight B7, knight D back here is running into Rook C1 and then C4. Bishop E3, then C4. Yeah, that is just nice for white, I think. Okay, so C4 or Bishop E3 first. I guess I should play Bishop E3 first. And now he runs right into this one. Attacking A6 now. It's a very nice position for white, unless I'm overlooking something. I sometimes tend to do it with this interface that I'm not used to, the Blitzen interface. Is there an advice to play higher rated opponents? Yeah, a key advice if you play a higher rated opponent is to just play what you can, not do something out of the ordinary. Yeah? If you are an aggressive attacking player, try to play like that. If you are more of a, yeah, let's say strategic player, yeah, try to prepare things, then do the same against a strong player. Try to play to your strength, and don't really take into account that much who you are facing. This is a very important thing. Okay, he is activating here with the queen. I wonder what a good setup is. Maybe rook to b2. Yeah, rook to b2 to protect the pawn, bishop to e3 and knight to d2, possibly. I have this very nice extra pawn. Yeah, there seem to be some technical issues. I'm really not an expert on Twitch there, so I cannot help. I have no all-around favorite food. I like Spanish stuff a lot in recent years. Yeah, I preferred white here because I had more space and the clearer plans. Yeah, white has had more opportunities to open up the position. One big problem was that the bishop on f8 and the knight on f6, they're not doing that much. And I had the advantage on the queen side. There was really no big play that black had. Here, knight a4 is answered by rook b4. Okay, so I'm going to try to use my knights on the queen side. No Rosenmontag party for me. Rook a2, and the queen is trapped. Isn't it? I don't see a square. That's it. Yeah, there is nothing very common to eat in Germany. It is we are very much influenced by foreign food here. Okay, yeah, maybe some meat and potato or something is something that would be classically German, but it's not happening that much. Okay, now no Rosenmontag party. There's carnival around, but I just worked all day. No partying. Oh, the next game, M Weston. Strong I am. Let's see what he's doing. E4. Going for Sicilian. There's a question. Do you think it's a good idea to sometimes bluff in chess? Yes, I think it is. Sometimes it is really a good idea. Within reason, but it is sometimes helpful. Yeah, sometimes time management can be a useful tool there. Yeah, it looks like you know what you're doing, but you really don't. Okay, so d4 is kind of interesting. Didn't expect that move. Mixing systems here. Okay. c3, interesting. It's however something a position type that is well known in this opening. Okay, I'm going to try to get counterplay against the d4 pawn. Did I ever read the Schachnovelle, the royal game in English? It is the royal game in English. I didn't know that this is the the English title. Yes, I did, but it's very long ago. I mean, like 25 years ago when I was at school. I really barely remember the details. Okay. He's not afraid of knight f4. Okay. I'm going to prepare that though. Knight f4 immediately didn't do much. So knight f4. Where is he going actually? Isn't this nice for me? I mean, it looks nice. The queen here doesn't have many great squares. Yeah, this, but it really looks bad. I thought taking a knight d3 looks bad. Can also take on e5 maybe. Okay, knight d3. He's got g4 maybe. Yeah? This might blow up in my face nicely. Okay, I'm just going back. That's a simple way to do it. Attack e3 and keep e5 attacked. Okay, so he just counterattacks c6. Okay, I'm going to take e3. This is an important pawn. So he got that one back and still attacks c6. So this one maybe, yeah. Getting to the end game with equal material, but I have the bishop pair and I'm attacking the important b2 pawn. Why is he thinking here? Maybe he got a phone call or something. There's a question, am I expressive over the board like Kasparov? Yeah, nobody is expressive as Kasparov, I guess, but yeah, I mean, I'm probably more expressive than the total poker face people, but not very much. Okay, let's see. How do I do that now? He's somehow keeping his stuff together here. Amazing. I don't see how to break through here with my pieces. And he's maybe intending to get the king over. King f1 to e2. Remarkable. h5, king f1, bishop h6, king e2. And then what? I can take d2. Wow, it's very tricky actually. Very tricky stuff. So okay, now I can go to c3. That's important. not losing the knight. But what now? Bishop h6. Is this helping or not? How can I attack b3 more? I don't see how. Bishop d5, knight e4 maybe. This is actually okay, yeah. My ICC nemesis is Olegas. Yes, I have the worst possible score against him. Like nothing. Really nothing. I even have a better score against much stronger players. Against him I have no score. Really no score. So my bishop pair is nice and I'm going to open the position for it. bishop c3. Trying to come up with that. The real problem here is the time. I'm pretty much down here on time. Yeah, it will be difficult to do something with this little time left. Oh, I'm 115. I'm sorry. I thought I was more behind here. Okay, check. For bishop f4. Threatening bishop f4, winning a piece. And if he moves the knight, I have also king c4, trying to pick up the queen side. Yeah, the two bishops are quite nice. I have against Yardbird, I'm on -4 or -3 or something like that. It's not so terrible. Okay, let's see where the knight is going. Trying to get to the b4 pawn. I don't know if bishop f4 was that great actually. Now that I think of it. Ah, he tricked me. Knight a7. What a move. Ah, I didn't know. How silly was that? Really nice. "18 seconds left. Yeah, I'm going to liquidate all the pawns. He offered me a draw, nice enough. He could have won on time. Maybe. I probably get all the pawns. I don't see how he prevents that. Yeah, I certainly had a winning endgame here, but I didn't manage to win it. Okay, so let's see. The worst message someone has sent to me on ICC, I cannot recall. I didn't get that many. I didn't get that many bad messages really. I normally just send out a message to ICC for complaint, and it's helping. Okay, playing Voodoo Spiral here. Doing opening requests. Okay, this guy plays a6 and b6. So let's see. I'm going to try to get some attack against this. Let's see how he's continuing. Okay. I'm going to play for a quick attack here and hope it's going to work. Let's see how to get this attack going quickly. Rook e1 I can play. Yeah, there are many good continuations that look dangerous. Bishop e3 maybe for bishop d4. Yeah, trying trade off his bishop here and get the knight to a good square on d4. His position here is not so bad despite the somewhat crazy opening. The king on g7, this makes some sense. It's not that that terrible. Yeah, queen c5 was a possible move that might happen. Okay, so let's see. He might have knight e4 here. Yeah, maybe he has knight e4, but whatever. It's not easy to play. Knight e4 might come. King e7. You're really going to go to the queen side. He's really doing that. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to sacrifice on b5. Definitely. Only a question when. Yeah, let's do it. Come on. This is just blitz chess. So let's sacrifice there. He's got knight e4 coming. Yeah, this is really not that great. Okay, but he can give a check there. That's really all. a6 is what I want to play, but he probably has bishop a6. Okay, going to just take that and play a6. Really want to get near his king. Knight comes to c4 probably. I was thinking maybe queen to a5 or something. And I also had f6. Let's do f6. And now if I take, what is this move? Queen b7 maybe? Yeah, probably. But I have to do something. Queen here. So I have to protect g2. For rook d6. Okay, he's got this check. Rook e3 also. Yeah. I'm not going to survive that one. Unfortunately, after this wacky opening, which really should be punished. No, I played this badly, simply. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really refute this kind of opening. Okay. It's a bit difficult. There are so many questions sometimes. Trying to get a new game. There's a question. Explain or what color you put your pawns when playing with the bishop pair versus knight and bishop. There is no rule to do that. The question, if one were to put a black repertoire around my book, what would you recommend to play against the English? Difficult. There's no clear answer to that really. Probably something based on e5. So for the going for the Sicilian here, playing Guerrero da Luz, I've got very strong opponents here. 2400 after 2400. So I'm playing the Kalashnikov variation here against this Brazilian IM. And he's playing a line without c4 with those early knight moves. And here I can mostly rely on normal development. Nothing fancy going on. Okay, so he put a knight on d5. That in itself is not a huge deal. What do I do now? Knight to c5. As a question, how do you deal with people who are obnoxious or want to prove that they are better than you during analysis, especially after a draw or after you beat them? I don't know. If people are somewhat obnoxious in analysis, I just stop the analysis. It's no point. I mean, very often nowadays, you often want to look at the game with the computer rather than with your opponent. You learn more very often if you just check it with an engine. The question, is this Sicilian business the solution that I have for the awful line that I play in the Rui? No, not really. It's just that I wanted to play this line anyway, this Kalashnikov, and now there's a book out of it. I'm going to look at this a little bit more. Okay, there's the take on b5. Nah, not very nice. That's not a nice position. b5 is attacked. What do I do here? It's not very comfortable. Rook b8, he's got rook a6, and that's not looking good. Nah, that's not a good position. Yeah, f4. This was clear, but what can you do? I don't know what the new line is going to be that I play in the Rui. Looking around. I'm going to do the viewer games, the channel viewer games, very shortly. I'm going to finish my little series on my Mallorca tournament this week, and then I'm going to do the viewer games. Many interesting games to view. There's a brief argument there about the book I was referring to. This book about the Sicilian Kalashnikov, called The Killer Sicilian, catchy title, by Tony Rotella. There's someone mentioning they don't trust books by players without FIDE titles. I understand your point, but nowadays with chess engines, even a non-titled player is really able to write a good book. And this is a good book, definitely. Tony Rotella, he knows what he's talking about. He's decent in correspondence chess, by the way. And it's really different to what was to how it was years ago, when really it was a business of analyzing everything on your own. Nowadays, with engines, it's different. Even not as strong players, they are able to write a good book. Okay, rook a6, going to try to get the c3 pawn. I have my knights always need to be pointed to the left. I have this kind of stuff. Yeah, the last part of my video is the ugly part. It will be ugly, I can promise you that. I really played those games badly, but my opponents played very well, so it was still interesting to look at. What kind of position is that? He just covers this. The knight has no squares. Yeah, what a rotten position. I don't see a good continuation here, simply. I'm just busted. He played this very well. Okay, so he took d6 and nothing that I could do about it. Yeah, I know, that doesn't look very inspiring, but what was I supposed to do? I don't know, that's probably not working, but my position is lost anyway. Oh yeah, he has ways to refute that. Bishops, no, not that one. Yeah, maybe I can do that. Yeah, it's not completely ridiculous. That's a funny question. Of course, I never stopped on the street that people knew me or anything. No, it happened at chess events sometimes that people say, "Okay, aren't you the guy with the YouTube channel?" This happens. Okay, so he's attacking this and protecting here. So that's it. No, that wasn't a good game. Really need to play more focused here. Let's get it going. The mainline Queen's Gambit decline is much less zero than Semislav. Yeah, the Queen's Gambit decline is a very decent opening against d4. It's only somewhat, sometimes it's a little bit passive, but if you play it right, it doesn't need to be. There's also a question about my book writing experience. Was it fun? Was it stressful? It wasn't really stressful. It was very interesting. What I have to say is, though, that it took much longer than I originally thought, and it's really helpful to to having made this experience. I think if I'm going to write another book, which might happen, I'm not really sure about it, but if I do, I really will benefit from this learning experience. So I will probably be much quicker and maybe write a better book. Yes, I have a Wikipedia entry, I know. Starting with IM level, they give you one, and I got one as well. So it's nice to have, I guess, for advertising purposes in a way. Okay, so this is an early, almost end game type of position where white is enjoying some space advantage. But how am I going to play it? Not so easy. I'm going to play f3, possibly g4 to gain space, and try to use the space to my advantage. I could have played b5 actually. I could have played b5. I missed that chance, but okay. I really know there is no concrete plan for a next book. It's just that it might happen that I'm going to write a second one, but there is no definite thing planned. First of all, I need the current project to be completely finished. I am finished. It is submitted everything, but it is still it needs to be published finally. There's a question: any tournaments coming up for me? No, next tournament will be in the summer probably. a book on the Reti. Yeah, it's very difficult to write a book on the Reti system because of the move orders. Okay, so I have some pressure here on the H file. He always has knight f6 back. Okay, do I go f4 here, or how do I play here? G4 to gain even more space, maybe. And take now. The real issue here is, it's all nice and good, but how are you going to... Oh no, I know what I'm going to do. He took with the bishop. Yeah, g5 is very helpful, winning a piece. Okay. Okay, I'm going to play an unrated game now, guys. Against Air Walker. Yeah, I know, it's a huge rating disparity, but I actually owe the guy a game. So I'm going to play it. Yeah, this is... he played a very nice game last time, last Wednesday, when I played the banter blitz, and he really got me so close to a defeat, so that I said, okay, we're going to have a rematch, but he didn't get one last Wednesday, so I'm going to do this now. Am I going to visit Eastern Germany soon? Yes, very likely. Very likely. I'm thinking about playing a tournament in the summer, actually, in Poland, and this will mean that I'm going to drive through Eastern Germany and probably visit Leipzig and Dresden and these cities, but it's nothing definite yet. Yo, so we have the... Oops, my mouse is acting up. We have the Kalashnikov again. Airwalker, not Skywalker. Yeah, Airwalker. I'm thinking of playing the Polonia tournament in Wrocław, if this is the right pronunciation. After whom is the Kalashnikov named? Yeah, obviously it's related to this this weapon, but it's very difficult to tell. It's not about a player, and maybe because it looks similar to the weapon. I don't know. It's a weird weird name. Not a very attractive name, actually. I don't really think a T-shirt with the GDR on it, the DDR, the German Democratic Republic, I don't really would consider it offensive. I mean, I don't think so. I really wouldn't care so much if someone would wear that. They can wear whatever they want within reason. Okay, so I have a pretty normal position here, but what am I going to do? G6? Yeah, maybe. Let's see what he's going to do. Playing for f4 here. I know one thing, he's really taking his time, which might prove difficult at the end. It really is tricky. Let's see. Bishop a3. Okay, that's not a bad spot for the bishop. Maybe putting some pressure on d6. Yeah, let's centralize this knight. Shouldn't be bad. There's a Najdorf memorial in Warsaw. Interesting. I don't know when. I didn't see that when I was looking for tournaments. I would be interested in that. Okay, so let's see. How am I going to play this? If I take here, he will take with the queen, unfortunately. That's not so nice. Yeah, any way to get the knight to d4? Don't see that. Okay, I'm going to secure my knight on c5. Yeah, in the Knight of Memorial, one should play the knight off. There is some sense to that. I admit that. I'm going to play f4. I really wonder how am I going to play that. Maybe the bishop here to c6, knight to e6 or something. It's not a very great position, really. The bishop on g5 is kind of not doing much. The Night of Memorial, you say, is the first half of July. This is also when this tournament in Wrocław is happening. So I doubt it is the exact same time. Would be weird timing. But maybe. Okay, I'm going to take here now. If he takes on d5, I take on f4. Oh, maybe he will sacrifice the exchange for queen d4. Wow. Bishop f4, rook f4, e f4, queen d4. I will have f6. Okay. Yeah, he's putting up a pretty great fight, yeah. Rating of 1600, I mean, all nice and good, but he's really doing a good job here. Playing for knight e5. If he takes, okay, I'm getting in knight e5, he will take on g6. So I have to cover that first. And now I have rook c7 to g7 as a defense, I hope. H5, I can play g5, so it's not. Yes, bishop f5. Knight g4 maybe. F5. Yeah, I can play f5, of course. That's much better. That's much better. Now I have it under control almost. Taking on g6 is not a big deal now. He's actually opening up the h file then for me. Okay, so if I go to h7, he's going to take on g6 maybe. Yeah, anyway. Rook h4, queen h4. Now he can take on h4 and e5 and so on. Ah, come on, eh? Why are you playing so well? It's not fair here. Rook g is unbelievable stuff. Then you're taking g6 here, right? Cannot believe it. He could have won with rook g6, I think. Oh. Okay. yeah, I mean, it's almost unbelievable how well he played that, but very nice. Very nice. Okay, I really don't know what happened here, but okay, going to play a new 5-minute pool game. He really spanked me there. 1600 rating. I don't know what happened here. No, I don't think he's using an engine. Just a good game. Okay, let's play a new game there from the pool. Playing Taxi. Yeah, I don't really remember who that is. I did at one point. Let me check. I want to check who that is. No name still. Okay. There's a question. Do I sometimes have to force myself to do videos for the channel, or is it always a pleasure? It is a pleasure almost all of the time. I really enjoy to do the videos. The only things that are sometimes a bit tricky, I do those tournament coverages, those games of the day and around recaps and stuff like that, and sometimes it is tricky to do those simply when you do this in the evening and the round was taking a long time and you start at 11 and so on, and then it's really late, and then I sometimes think, okay, well, do I really need to do that? But what can you do? It's just part of the job, let's say. But this is really the only time when I think, okay, really now. Okay, he put his knight on b4. It's always interesting. It's an open question often if this is a good piece on b4 or a bad piece. I wasn't sure in this case. I played the bishop back to b1. And I'm going to centralize, play for e5 now. Ah yeah, knight here, okay, knight d2. My favorite players, I have a couple probably. I always liked Karpov's games. Very difficult to understand. To that day, sometimes difficult to understand. So, okay, I'm going to take, I don't want to have this closed position. And I always also liked Kromnik, especially in his younger years when he was playing a bit more aggressively. He in a way got back to this style in recent years, but at one point he was playing very conservatively. But when he was playing more enterprisingly and a little bit like he's doing at the moment. I mean, I know the Berlin is very boring, but he has an interesting games quite often. There was a question, when exactly is my book coming out? Probably April, like 2 months from now. Not sure if there's a most underrated opening. There are some really good openings that have move order issues. For example, 1e6 on d4 is a very good move, but 1e6 can only be played by French defense players. This is why lots of players shy away from employing the move. Okay, knight b5 is not good. Okay. If it weren't for the French, I think many more people would actually play 1e6 against d4, maybe me included. I don't really play the French, but it is e6 is quite nice. There's a question, what is more boring, the Berlin or the Petrov? Pretty clearly in my mind the Petrov is the less interesting opening. because it doesn't have any complexities in pawn chains. The Berlin is actually not totally boring in terms of structure. It's just it's a bit one-sided because you have the queens off so early. You never get any attacking games or something like that. It's just always this kind of complicated, interesting endgame. It's not really boring in a sense. It's just a bit one-dimensional. It's always the same kind of queenless position. Okay, trying to get something going, but black played this very well. I have huge strategic issues in this position. H5, yeah, I can even take that, but okay, if I don't play that, what exactly is my idea? Okay, I'm going to do this one. Yeah, black played this very nicely. My pieces are all badly placed, and now H6 and G5 is just good. Yeah, you can play the Petrov for a win. It's not impossible, but the thing that is sometimes not very exciting about the Petrov is that you never have any exciting pawn chains or complex things happening strategically. It's very often a purely calculation heavy thing. Ah, what a rotten position here, yeah. What a bad position. It's really remarkably bad. And very well played by my opponent. He never stood any chance here. He played it very nicely. Yeah, he totally outplayed me here. With bishop d4 and stuff. It's really bad. If I go king g2, he might even play on the long diagonal with bishop b7. What a bad position. Yeah, the Petrov is not a bad opening at all. What is this guy doing to me here? Yeah, I mean, I'm really not saying. I mean, losing all good and nice, but he's completely whacking me here. Rook g4, rook g3. That's amazing how I'm getting destroyed here in this position. Remarkable. Okay, at least I get to double the rooks. It's not really threatening much, but at least I get this done. Can I take here? You might take with the queen. The rook is hanging. Okay. It's really bad here. What? He's going for knight e4. Wow. This guy is trying to completely annihilate me, and successfully. Queen takes g4. And now, what does he do now? Rook f4 probably. So I'm 2 pawns down and have a bad position. Great. But I have more time on the clock. for once. I really don't know why, but I have more time on the clock. Okay, so I'm sort of still hanging on here. Position is lost, but somehow not not resignable. Yeah, probably it is resignable. Amazingly bad, this position. Yeah, I'm going to resign that. This is useless. Even if he has 15 seconds, I was just completely destroyed in this game. This was really bad. Are there any questions that should be answered? Let's see. Yeah, well, the Petrov is not a bad opening, as I mentioned. I'm going to play one more game, and that's the final one for tonight, I guess, for the 1 hour of Blitz. I don't... okay, there's a question. My nephew is getting into chess. Yeah, okay. The question is he's getting into chess, got to a high level, won trophies. Yeah, should you encourage your nephew to train and so on? Yeah, why not? I mean, chess is a good pastime. It's something that it teaches you lots of useful things. And I mean, the question if this is an idea for your nephew to take up as a job is something that will arise at a totally different time. It is just a hobby or nice thing to do, and thinking about it as being more, or this thought is coming at a totally different time. So he has to reach a certain level when to think about that. I don't really think it's such a terrible idea to do chess for a living. It's just that you really have to know what you're doing, and it's not a bad idea to have some kind of backup plan. Like if you want to earn your money with chess, to have learned a proper job or so, it's not a bad idea. I think, in case if it's not working. Why the English opening is not so popular? If you mean 1c4, then because of e5. The thing is that with white, you very often want a position where you actually have an advantage in space. And with c4 and black playing e5, quite often black will get an advantage in space. Isn't it amazingly difficult to earn good money with chess? Yeah, it is. You cannot get rich this way. You can get along, but you cannot really expect to earn a lot, especially when you just when you are just playing the game. With tournaments, this is very difficult actually to get anywhere. With the teaching, what I'm doing, you can get along, you won't get rich, but it's something to do when you want to do something that you really like to do, and you don't want to sit in an office all day, which I did for 18 years. So I was just thinking, okay, let me do something else. There should be other things that I can do, and I'm glad to having chosen that way. And in case you wonder, yes, I played my passive Ruy Lopez again. Simply because I didn't know what to do. And the advantage that I have with this line, as passive as it is, I have played it so often that I actually can play some quick moves. As you see, I'm ahead on the clock. And quite often White also needs some time to play, or I mean, he needs to think a little bit to really get somewhere. With just with some quick moves, it's often not enough. Yeah, I'm kind of blocking his attempts here pretty easily. Yeah, I know. This is a bit like smoking. Yeah, this is kind of variation. It's a bad habit. You know it's not good for you, but still you sort of do it sometimes. I'm not, yeah. I quit smoking a while ago, but this line is a little bit like an addiction. Eh? You know you should quit it, but you know. Okay, maybe I can get the queen traded. He regrouped the knight to e3. In fact, this is a good idea because quite often black is able to sacrifice on c4. This is something that I will take into account. I will put, oh, he's giving me the e5 square. That's nice. Let me think about it. This actually changes the flavor of the game a little bit. Okay, I still go here. I have knight a4, which he has to attend to, I think. I thought he has to attend to this move, but he does not agree. Maybe if I take knight a4, knight d1, okay, I'm going to do it. No, knight e5. Interesting. So I'm going to take now or not. Ah, he will get e5 in. Can I play bishop g4 actually? Knight e5, bishop e2. That's actually nice. I definitely won't play this line anymore in tournament chess. I'm really over that. It was just that I was routinely putting out the rook as black and I didn't. I was just thinking, okay, what am I doing? Okay, I'm just playing it again, whatever. Okay, so now I can grab here. And I have two knights here. Okay, so I'm going to play with h6. Getting a passer. Want to get the passed pawn here. So, and he wants to play king d4 and knight e3 possibly, but still, I'm able to get this going. g5, g4, bishop d7, bishop c8, a6. Bishop c8, a6 might be what he wants to do. That's really true. Do I have to play knight b6? I don't want to, but I maybe have to, yeah. Cover c8. Interesting. That's not a bad position, I think. King h4 and g5 is what I want to do. Okay, king h4. Is he going to play king f4 and invade with the king? It's going to be dangerous for him, definitely. He will be able to play king f5, f6, but my pawn is quick. So g5, g4 is coming. That might be a pretty good position, really, again. Okay, if I push it now, knight g2 maybe. Oh, king f4. So, king g5, I mean, sorry. And I'm going from there. Oh, he's actually doing that. So now knight here, right? Because he has to attend with the king, c3 and the pawn. So this will be hard to do. Knight c7, I take on c3. Oops, oops. Okay, like here. Let's take this. Oh, he's allowing me to trade here. Do I get the pawn? I guess I do. Oh, e5. Takes d6. I can just about stop it. Bishop e4. No. Is he really going to do that to me here? He stays with check. No. I screwed that up. It's with check. It's with check. It's with check. No. Boo. Tja. Oh, that is disappointing, you know. Really grinded him down here in this position totally. Yeah, how do I win actually? King g5, I guess, right? King g5 and wins. Or how do I win here? Let me check. Or is knight a2 actually enough? He has this e5. Yeah, probably knight d1. I don't know, but okay, that's the end of this end of this broadcast. He really nicely tricked me here at the end with the passer. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Can the Trompowsky be played as a main weapon against knight f6? Sure, of course. Not a bad opening at all. It saves lots of theoretical workload if you play the trump. Yeah? If you play the Queen's Gambit, let's say, and the trump, you have a good opening repertoire. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this live stream, 1 hour of Blitz. There have been streams where I played better, but I hope you still enjoyed it. Could answer a couple of questions. I hope it was enjoyable. Okay, I'll be back next week, I think. Same day, same time. I'll put out an announcement video though to make sure. Yeah, thanks for watching. And that's it. I'm off. Have a nice day.